So since last time, we're pretty much within just the rest of this afternoon, and then this thing will be off to get painted. So we've finished, or nearly completed putting the cage in. We've got one little section left, is this X brace that goes from the main part of the cage up to the front suspension. So kind of tying those front strut tops into the rest of the cage. We gotta finish that up. We've also done a lot more adding weld nuts. We've added some brackets and other holes, seat mounts, battery tie down, a whole bunch of little parts that have also gone in that are much easier to do before you paint the car. So as far as weld nut placement, it's a lot easier because we built several of these cars. We've been able to kind of see where it's good to tie stuff down, but you've got some parts like the underbody protection that come with no holes drilled, so you can kind of have the weld nuts, you sort of generally know where they go, you put them in, and then once you install the underbody, you drill the holes. Other stuff, you either might want to have accurate measurements, like if you've got a bracket that's got 4 holes, know exactly how, what the measurements of those holes are, or you could use the actual piece as kind of a template to drill holes and put the weld nuts in. Inside, we've got, like I said, we've got the seat rails are in. So these seat rails follows the FIA guidelines. They're a bolt-in rail, so we've got these nut plates that get welded to the shell, and then we've got there's this square box tubing with some threaded inserts that are welded into them that get cut and welded to length and kind of the right angle on the tunnel, and then these pieces bolt into the car. So the one thing I like about the bolt-in style seat rail is that if you ever have to do any repairs or change something in the car, it can be kind of nice to be able to unbolt these, take them out, do what you need to do, and then put those back in, as opposed to something that's welded in that's sort of permanent. We've also added a lot more weld nuts in here, so we've got stuff for like the co-driver's footrest, fuse box is going to go up here. We've got some stuff that isn't going to get weld nuts, but like this is the shift tower, and we've got some reinforcement plates welded in and holes drilled. This will be through bolted once it gets installed. And then I'm also just finishing up adding in some mounting points for this pedal box that'll get used in this car, depending on the event that it's going to be at. Other things we've got is the battery bracket back here, so that the battery's going to get moved out of the engine bay and be behind the driver. And we've also covered some holes in the firewall that aren't going to be used. So this would have been part of the HVAC system, and you don't really want a bunch of large holes like that in your firewall, so we've welded a plate over that. And then we've also drilled some additional holes, so we've got stuff for brake line pass-throughs, wiring loom pass-through, some other holes that have been drilled for extra stuff that's going to go into the car. And then kind of looking over here, this is part of that section of cage that goes up to the front to those strut towers. So in addition to the 6 points that mount the cage to the body, kind of the 6 main points, we've also got some other areas like where it goes up through here. It's through this member of the body there, and it's going to go through the firewall and then connect up at the strut tower. So a few extra places where it's welded to the body makes it a little bit stronger, makes the car much stiffer when you can do that. So prep for paint, start off kind of get all the big stuff out of it, and then it's going to spend some time getting sanded thoroughly. So all the cage bars, the floor, all that stuff will get a sanding and then get cleaned again, and then after that prime the car, and then also add some seam sealer back in. So a lot of the places where we've welded or ground off some of the factory finishes, if you just paint them, you might end up with rust bleeding out from between those surfaces, so it's good to seal those up for some of them. So we'll do some of that, and then it'll get its final coat of paint. So far to this point, we've probably got about 120 man-hours into the car. It'll take another roughly 3 days to get it actually painted, and then it'll come back down here to get final assembly.